She just wanna go back to the future, so I brought that girl a DeLorean. 21 minutes until I got go, so I told that girl I'm gonna slaughter it. Left her man in the crowd on the floor. Out of town, never saw her before. Told her, baby, we don't got that long. Listen, this not my city show, but I treat it like my city show. 20 more minutes into I'm on. 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 Yeah, I am not slow. These girls, you want me cause I got the dope. Pass that girl right on my friend, give it go. He passed me her friend, so they switching roles. I hit it fast, yeah, I hit it slow. But by the morning, girl, I gotta go. Gotta get ready, tonight is my show. If you okay, you might help in my show. Gotta be pointers right under my nose. These niggas mad cause I got all the dough. These niggas mad cause I got all the dough. Changing my style cause I got every flow. Got every girl, ain't no top in my hose. I understand that it's your girlfriend, bro, but you know I gotta keep her close. I'll be a Lex and I keep her close. Living life on the edge, on the tightrope. I am so clean, I might start moving so. Try the new Rari, I don't even know. Try the Bugatti like it's a bubble. I had your girl and you already know. Don't really like her, we friends for the most. Cube in the truck, color all on my jaw. Don't leave a crumb, got the bread in your toast. If you stop touching my gun, got no hose. I put a coat on the top of my coat. Only 20 minutes before the show. I met that girl right up at my show. Left her man in the crowd on the floor. Out of town, never saw her before. Told her, baby, we don't got that long. Listen, this not my city show, but I treat it like my city show. 20 more minutes into I'm on. 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 Yeah, I am not slow. These girls, you want me cause I got the dope. Pass that girl right on my friend, give it go. He passed me her friend, so they switching roles. Damn, I just started it. Man, I just started it. Damn, I got pains when that bother me. Don't got enough just to order me. I'm on that tree like an ottoman. Money so long like a cardigan. You lied to me, wasn't sorry then. On the weekend you was partying. It was you, me, it was targeting. It was you, me, it was targeting. Jump in the Porsche, my
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Golden State Warriors live play-by-play. Welcome to everyone here joining in the live chat. And tonight, we're at the halfway point of the Warriors' toughest road trip this season. A 6-game road trip, an East Coast trip, as a matter of fact. And tonight, we're in Boston in the famous, infamous TD Garden to take on the Celtics. A lot of history between these two teams in recent seasons, dating back to the 2022 finals. And we've also got some former players coming up against each other tonight. Most notably, Kristaps Porzingis making his first return to the TD Garden since being a part of that 2024 Boston Championship team. So, yeah, we'll see what's going on here in the chat. Big Dog says hello and up the Warriors. Yeah, finally some positive news coming our way. Now, let's just double check the audio. Yep. Yeah, so like I was saying, finally some positive news in our favor. First things first, before we start off with anything relating to this game, we've got some big Steph Curry news, and it is some fantastic news. Now, for anyone wondering, he is still out tonight, and for most likely the majority of the remaining games in this East Coast road trip, that being against Detroit, Atlanta, and Dallas. But we are set to get his reevaluation at the end of this road trip, and hopefully it is the fourth and final reevaluation, and it should be a good one. He should be playing again this season, which is fantastic news. Not too long ago, a lot of people were saying that he was going to be shut down for the season and the Warriors were going to go for a late lottery tank. Doesn't seem to be the case. Steph has said that he wants to play again this year and he wants to try and make a little run. The Warriors have said they're optimistic that Steph will return, potentially even by the end of the month, which is so exciting. Obviously for me as well, you guys know now, in about 10 days I'm flying off to San Fran for some games, so I'm honestly super excited for it. And then to anyone who hasn't seen it yet, pre-game tonight, just before the gates open to the TD Garden. Steph was doing a little pre-game shoot-around. He's back traveling with the team, participating in a little bit of practice here and there. And tonight, for about 30 minutes, he got up some shots, some light movement. So he's back training with the team. And shooting around with the team. Still no physical contact training just yet, but I'm sure they'll continue to ramp him up as the rest of this week goes on, as we head over to Detroit and Atlanta. I would assume by then he'll probably be getting ramped up even more, maybe some physical training as well. But yeah, he should be back. Now, a prediction on which game, maybe they bring him back in one of those pretty easy home games versus Brooklyn or versus Washington, or maybe they hold him off to the beginning of April, or maybe that last game in March versus Denver, or one of those first games in April, which I'll be at, versus the Spurs or the Cavs. So we'll wait and see. But he should be playing for the little play-in run we're about to make. And then as well, getting back to the game, the Warriors coming off of a very big win in Washington, took down the Wizards, finally ending our 5-game losing streak thanks to Kristaps Porzingis, who had his best performance in a Warriors uniform so far. He would drop 30 points. He was huge down the stretch, scored like 12 points in the clutch time minutes, just got to the basket every single play down the stretch and was able to just drag us over the line versus a pretty incompetent defensive Washington team. They didn't have Alex Sarr or AD, so Kristaps went to work. So yeah, really liked the signs, what I saw from Kristaps in that game. And with that, he's been brought back into the starting lineup. So we'll see how he goes tonight versus his former team once again. Obviously did play the Celtics, obviously in his first game for the Warriors. But that was a little while ago now. He's got a little bit more reps under the belt. So we'll see how he goes here tonight, going up against Cater. And then as well, D'Anthony Melton was fantastic with 27 points. He kind of steadied the ship all night long. But yeah, speaking about Boston quickly, they've looked really, really good all season. In a year what was supposed to be a transitional/rebuilding year, Jaylen Brown has jumped up to an MVP level of play and led the way. And since Jason Tatum's return, they've looked even better. They've been 5-1 with games that Jason Tatum has played in since his return from that Achilles injury. And in some recent games for Boston, they've gone up against some of the best teams in the league, and they've gone toe-to-toe. They did lose to the Spurs and OKC, but both of those games really could have gone either way. OKC just were able to hit their shots late down the stretch, and Jaylen Brown was ejected in that Spurs game. So it could have gone either way. So the Boston Celtics can certainly compete with the best. And then, yeah, after those two losses, they backed it up with a win against the Wizards like we did, and then they also had a win against the Suns. And Jaylen Brown dropped 41 points in that game. So he's coming into this one with some really good form. He's going to be tough to contain. We've also got to, try and contain Jason Tatum. This will be a game that Tatum will have marked down. This is a game where he can really hit his strides. It's going to be a fast-paced, high-scoring game. So Tatum can really try and have a high-scoring night and really get some rhythm and momentum behind him heading into the playoffs. Because, yeah, Tatum's looked good since returning, putting up the near 20 points a game. But he hasn't had, like, that huge, breakout game as of yet since returning. Like a 30 or like nearly 40-point game, anything along those lines. So if it were to happen, I would assume it would probably happen against our Warriors. Just considering the way we play, very fast-paced, high-scoring, a lot of three-point shooting volume. So this could be a high-scoring encounter for both teams. And yeah, like I said, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are going to be tough to stop. But yeah, still no Steph, but very, very, very close to a return. And now, just before we get underway, we will quickly go through the injury report and projected starting lineup. So obviously no Jimmy Butler. He is back kind of traveling with the team here and there, which is good to see. No LJ Cryer, no Seth. Now Seth should be returning around the same time as Steph. So we should be seeing those two on the court finally at some point later in the season. Obviously I just spent a couple of minutes talking about Steph. No Al Horford, which sucks. Would have been good for him to come back to the TD Garden, play with Kristaps Porzingis, two former Celtics alongside each other. And then no Moses Moody, who has missed a handful of games. But hopefully he should be back as well sometime in the next week or so. So we should be getting back Moses, Al, Steph, and Seth, and LJ all within the next week or so. And then for the Celtics, their only injury is Nikola Vucevic. Pretty big injury. Obviously, it was acquired at the deadline. And, considering the form Kristaps Porzingis is in, coming off that big performance versus the Wizards, having him out is certainly going to play in our favor a little bit. And then the projected starting lineups. Big lineup tonight for the Celtics. It's going to be a tough one for the small ball Warriors. But we've got Derek White, Sam Hauser, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Nemiz Quader. And then for the Warriors, we're also playing a little bit bigger than usual, to be fair, though. We've got D'Anthony Melton, Brandon Pajemski. I really like those two alongside each other. Guy Santos jumping up from playing the 4 to the 3. And then Draymond Green and Kristaps Porzingis, like I said before, starting alongside each other for the first time this season. So I'm excited for that. I think this is a really good lineup. I think this is probably the best Warriors lineup to end the season. You probably just bring Pods off the bench as the 6th man, insert Steph back into that lineup, and that's probably going to be the Warriors play-in best available lineup. Steph, Melton, Guy, Dre, and Kristaps. And then obviously next year you bring Jimmy into the equation. You might go out and get another all-star level player, and you've got a damn good team. So we're slowly starting to build, but obviously got a lot of work to do. Is Steph back? No, but we have some positive news. He is set to return late in March or early April. So he will, bearing another setback, play again this season. And obviously you guys know I'm so excited for that. Hopefully we'll get to see him play in person again. But yeah, in terms of predictions, I've got a feeling that this is going to be a closer game than it should be. But in all honesty, I don't know. Can we walk into the Garden, no Steph, and take down the Celtics? I don't know. Like, we've had some pretty good games in the TD Garden over the past couple of years, but we've also had some really bad games in the TD Garden. We've had a couple of games where we've just gotten absolutely demolished, like a few 40-point losses over the past couple of seasons. So it's going to be tough, considering, how well the Celtics have been in recent games with Tatum back in the lineup. It's going to be tough, but I think this is going to be closer than expected. Do I think the Warriors win? Probably not, but if it happens, I wouldn't be surprised. I have a feeling that there is an upset on the cards. I just don't want to jinx it. Do I think we can make the playoffs? If Steph returns, 100%. 100%. I think we can get that 7 seed through the play-in route, and I think we could really give the Spurs a test. Like we saw what we did last year to the 2-seeded Rockets, a young, inexperienced playoff team, that went above their expectations. And then, when it mattered, they just weren't able to compose themselves. Now, the difference between that Rockets team and the Spurs team is, Alperen Şengün and Victor Wembanyama. So, look, you never know. Obviously, we got to get there first before we start worrying about matchups and trying to win a series. But we'll wait and see. Should be a fun one here tonight. Let me know your predictions down below in the live chat. A couple people reckon the Warriors are going to win tonight. And it has that feeling like things have been going in a positive direction for the Warriors past couple of days. So maybe we can pull it off, continue that good form, that good energy, that good momentum. But we'll wait and see. Here we go. Cater and Kristaps in the middle to kick off this ball game. And Kristaps is going to win the jump ball. And the Warriors are going to start things off here on this first possession. So D'Anthony Melton coming off of a huge 27-point performance. Guy Santos inside and misses the first shot. And Derek White hustling for the rebound. So obviously Celtics, they're a tough team to beat. They've got some really good defenders and they've got some really good scorers. They've got a really good balance all around, and that's why they've been so competitive over these past couple of years. But Tatum is blocked by Porzingis. Kristaps getting involved on the defensive end early. I mean, if we can match... Oh, Kristaps to the rim is fouled. What a start for Kristaps Porzingis. Gets the block and then heads to the line. We saw last night versus Washington, Kristaps was able to get to the line with ease. They just had no solution for him, did Washington. So they had to resort to fouling him. And if that's going to be the case here tonight, Kristaps could be on for another huge performance. But like I was saying, if we can match the defensive ability of Boston... Kristaps missed the first free throw. That'll be huge for us. Like, Boston, really good defensive team. Even, since losing Horford, Porzingis, Drew Holiday, they've still been able to keep up their defensive system and intensity. All right, Porzingis, second free throw. Oh, he misses 2 of 2. Damn, that's unfortunate. Kristaps misses both free throws. So that's alright. Still really good signs here early. Logan, no, but he is supposed to be returning very, very soon. Hauser, a 3 off back iron. And Pods grabbing the rebound. Pajemski's been averaging a lot of boards in recent times. since coming back into the starting lineup. Porzingis, deep three! Porzingis redeems himself after missing those 2 free throws with an absolute bomb from the TD Garden parking lot. And then the steal from Podziemski on the break is Porzingis again. And he's going to shoot another 3, Porzingis. This time comes off back iron. But man, Kristaps is on a one-man mission tonight. He is doing absolutely everything and anything for the Warriors here so far, defensively and offensively. Jaylen Brown uses the shoulder there to give himself a little bit of space on that fading jumper and hits it. So Jaylen Brown, it's going to be a tough stop tonight, coming off of a 41 piece versus the Suns and Devin Booker, who also I think had 41. Draymond a 3, hits it. Hey, there we go. Draymond playing good after the All-Star break. You know, Draymond post-All-Star break has been knocking down those threes when teams are leaving him open and testing him to shoot. And I love that for Draymond. That's going to be huge. Even if we just get 2 of those threes a night from Draymond, that's going to be a handy 6 points as Jaylen Brown's able to draw the foul. So already, Jaylen Brown causing a few headaches here for the Warriors. Guy Santos has got that matchup early on. I thought maybe Draymond might play very tight up on Jaylen Brown, but he's been more on Tatum so far. Alright, so some free throws here for Brown, but good start for the Warriors, up by 4. Yeah, no problem, Logan. So hopefully he'll be back very, very soon. Could even be back next week, which is honestly insane to think about. Alright, so Brown hits the first free throw.
Tough adjustment for him without Steph Curry, who is out again tonight.
And Brown, 2 of 2. Alright, so we actually might have a little game in our hands here. Alright, so no Jimmy Butler here with the team tonight in Boston. But he, like I said, did join us in Washington, which is good. Means he's able to fly and travel with the team again. And that's good for just, you know, team chemistry, team morale. Melton a 3. Misses. Porzingis, though, almost gets the offensive rebound, but White was there to save the day. Brown with Podziemski on him, but good D from Pods. He's backed him down here as Brown, but Podziemski has stayed with him, and Podziemski forces the stop. Nice work, Pods. We love that. Guy Santos now. Porzingis. Melton will try. Same spot, same result. Another missed 3 there by Melton. Love to see him stack up a few good performances in a row here, D'Anthony. Tatum. Got blocked on his first shot attempt. Tatum, step back, 3, connects. Jason Tatum puts the Celtics in front. Man, look, don't get me wrong. I've never been the biggest Celtics or Tatum fan, but it's good to see him back out there hooping. Gear 3 misses, so already high volume of 3s as Porzingis was able to save the play with an offensive rebound, and then he's going to be fouled once again. So obviously first trip of the game, went 0-2 from the line, so would love to see Porzingis hit some free throws here. Cannot afford to miss freebies in this game. It's going to be high scoring, it's going to be a tight battle all night long. So a few missed free throws could be the difference in this game. Although it actually isn't going to be free throws, it's going to be called on the ground. Looked like Porzingis was heading towards the free throw line. Doesn't matter though, because Warriors still score. Guy Santos, backdoor cut. And Draymond, the nice assist. So everyone who's been out there so far in the starting lineup has done something that I've been happy with. Hauser, corner 3, and hits it. He's been good this year, averaging the 9 points. Obviously, in what was supposed to be transitional year, / rebuilding year, players like Cater, Hauser, Pritchard, all stepping up big timers. Been why the Celtics have still been able to compete, but Draymond, second 3 of the night. That one was actually pretty contested too. So Draymond feeling himself here, and he runs straight over to Jaylen Brown, looking to try and get a stop to follow up that big 3. Ends up being a handoff to White, and he's able to rattle it in. So I did say that this was going to be a high-scoring game, and already that has been the case here. We're only 5 minutes in, and it's been a combined 23 points so far. Podziemski back iron 3. And that's going to stay Warriors ball. Last touch by the Celtics there.
create shot opportunities by doing nothing but screening. That screen gets Jason Tatum downhill.
No, so this is a primetime game here on ESPN, so I'm happy that we've actually been up to the battle so far. And if we win this game, we are on the Clippers' tail for that all-important 8th seed in the standings. For anyone who doesn't know, in my opinion, we have to get the 8th seed. If we fall to the bottom end of the playing bracket, we have to face OKC, and that's a death wish. But if we can somehow sneak back to that 8th seed, especially with Steph potentially coming back, it's game on. Tatum, another 3. Connects again. Jason Tatum, second triple of the night. Him and Draymond Green leading this 3-point battle here so far with 2 each. Speaking of Green, spin move and misses. So Warriors with a few early substitutions, and it's going to be Gary Payton who comes in and gets the steal. Gives it off to Melton, 3-on-1, and Melton makes the Celtics pay off that turnover. So back to a 1-point game, but like I was saying, few substitutions for the Dubs. GP2 comes in and gets to work straight away, and also Pat Spencer comes in. No subs for the Celtics though. We know Steve Curry loves to roll through the rotations. Porzingis another 3. That one's a miss. But I've loved the intensity from Kristaps. We saw in his pre-game interview, he was saying that he feels back to his best. He feels confident. He feels ready to go. So, you know, even if he's missing shots, I just want to see Kristaps throwing it up. Getting himself into rhythm. Make the Celtics really feel his presence in this game. Draymond nearly saves the Melton turnover, but really good defense from Derek White. He's been really good defensively here so far. It's what he's known for, D. White. Tatum drives in on the former teammate. Out to Brown and hits it. Man, the Celtics fans must miss that. The Tatum and Brown tandem. Wowee. So 6-point game, but like still, I'm not even mad at this. Like we've been right there. We've been right there. A couple of these shots start to fall and it's game on. Like, I've liked the intensity that we've played at so far here. On the road, halfway through the road trip, fatigue starting to kick in. Still no Steph, still no Jimmy, but we've really started to step up our intensity these past couple of days. But yeah, shooting-wise hasn't been great so far. 5 of 14 from the field and 4 of 11 from 3, where Boston have gone 7 of 12. And 4 or 6 from 3. But like I said, I've loved the intensity we've played at. We've had no fear in shooting the ball so far. And if you want to compete and maybe even win a high-scoring competitive game against one of the best teams in the NBA, you cannot be afraid to shoot. It's eventually going to start to fall in, or you go down swinging. That's the way I view it. And that's the way we've won games without Steph. Just keep on shooting. Keep on shooting. Take good looks. And eventually they'll start to fall. But no complaints here so far. I mean, like I said, other than just trying to knock down a couple more of these open shots. But yeah, I think Porzingis has been really good so far. I mean, yeah, he is shooting, 1 of 3 from the field for 3 points. But yeah, those 2 blocks were huge. A rebound as well, just getting himself involved. I feel like Draymond's been fantastic. 6 points, 2 boards, and an assist. Pajamas that we've seen on the court so far: Green, Porzingis, Payton, Melton, Spencer, Pajemski, and Santos. The other guys available tonight: Richard, Leones, Post, Williams, and Yurtseven. So obviously, to anyone who didn't see, we did call up Omer Yurtseven, former, I think, Heat and Jazz player, to a 10-day contract. Yeah, obviously former Heat and Jazz center, can rebound the ball, can score a little bit inside, but just good to have some more, center options off the bench. I wasn't a fan of the Trace Jackson-Davis trade. I thought, particularly with all the injuries we've had to our centers across the course of this season, he was going to be important at some point across the year. And of course, when we needed him, he was already traded. So, yeah, I like Omer. I think he'll be all right. Whether we keep him for the rest of the season, I don't know. I know we do have like one more guaranteed roster spot available if needed for the rest of the year. So I wouldn't be against keeping him. In the 2 games he's played with us, the first game against the Knicks, 4 rebounds. And then the second game, 2 points, 1 assist. Now, mind you, didn't play too many minutes, but looked good when he was out there. But I think he hasn't, I don't think he played in the NBA at all last season. and then this season up until now. I think he's been playing overseas, but yeah, he looked alright early in his career on the Heat. I don't remember him playing for the Jazz, but I certainly remember him playing for the Heat. But yeah, we're back underway here. We'll see if he gets any minutes tonight. I'm not too concerned about the Celtics, center rotation tonight with obviously Vucevic out, but they've still got some players we need to be worried about. Particularly Cater. I think last time we played the Celtics, he was really good. I want to actually see what his stats were in that game. Now, obviously, he can't play all night long. So I don't know who's going to come in when he's off. Will it be Luka Garza? I don't know. Who it'll be. Tatum's having himself a night so far. That's his third triple. Yeah, so last time we played the Celtics, he had 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals. Now, I know that doesn't sound like anything crazy, but I just remember him having a big impact all night long. Spencer, little float game. Misses. Come on. Don't let the Celtics take control here early. We cannot afford to drop down. And that's exactly what we need to do. We force a turnover there. Pritchard, who comes into the game off the bench for the first time tonight with an early turnover. So we also have Quinton Post checking in for the first time tonight. Hey, I did predict that this was going to be the big breakout Tatum game post-injury return. I had a feeling Tatum was going to go for 30 tonight. And I'm not even just being like LeBron, like, I knew Tatum was going to score 35 points tonight. When he got to 20, I was like, just get to 30 and then get to 35. No, like, I actually predicted it on the stream. It had that feeling about it. But here we go. Cater off to Brown. Has Melton on him. I don't love that matchup, to be honest. And for that reason exactly, Brown gets to his spot and scores. Yeah, we definitely don't want D'Anthony Melton on Jaylen Brown. That is a mismatch and a half. Brown with the just massive size advantage. Spencer, another miss. So 2 bad misses from Spencer. And the Warriors have unfortunately gone cold here after all my praise. Tatum, another 3. Finally misses, and GP2 saves the rebound there. Now off to Draymond, who's been our kind of main scorer here so far. Melton, who came off a 27-point performance, just hasn't been able to find the bottom of the net here. And misses another one there, does Melton, but gets his own rebound. Second chance opportunity for Spencer, and he rattles home the 3. So after missing his first 2 shots, Spencer brings it back to 8. We'd love to get it back to a 2-possession game by the end of the first. So Tatum and Brown still out there. The Celtics love having those 2 back out there alongside each other, Tatum and Brown. They've looked great. I would argue so far tonight, Tatum's been the much better player, but we know Jaylen Brown, Jaylen Brown is good all night long. Like, I feel like with Tatum, he has, like, really crazy good spurts, but then we'll go quiet for, like, courses of the game, where I feel like Jaylen Brown, as he does right there, just is consistent all night long, just scores every couple of minutes. We'll get a stop for you, make a little read, grab a board. I feel like that's kind of just always been the difference between the 2. GP2 now. Out to Spencer. So 3 minutes remaining here. Feels like it's been a long first quarter simply due to how high scoring it's been early. Particularly from the Celtics. GP2! With a poster! Off the Spencer miss. GP2 clean up on aisle. Warriors rim. Oh my goodness, Tatum with the cut to the baseline, kick out Shireman, misses the 3, but Brown the offensive rebound. There's been a few here so far for both teams, and man, Pritchard makes us pay. A lot of second chance opportunity points going around here early in this game. GP2 a 3, misses. Man, I couldn't believe GP2 threw that down. Did he actually dunk that, or did the ball bounce back in? I should probably check that. No, he did put it back in. Yeah, nice GP2. Oh, hang on. Oh, GP2 again. There we go. Timeout Boston. There we go. Now, I'm just trying to see. Was it Gary who... Because there's a very good chance that Gary didn't even, like, do a crazy putback. The ball just fell back into the rim. No, he did put it back. Okay. No, that's alright. It was a putback shot from Payton. I was going to say, because the camera was zoomed out pretty far. I don't know if I just overreacted for nothing. But there we go. Back to 9 points. If we can get a stop off this timeout and try and hit a 3, bring it back to 6 in a 2-possession game, I'd be happy with that heading into the second quarter. I'd be very, very happy with that heading into the second quarter. Alright, so we're going to get a Boston timeout here. Any other good games on in the NBA today? I haven't had a look. We got Thunder Nets. That is like, what is it? What's that meme? Hypertronic bomb versus like crying ant or whatever it is. That is going to be a blowout. The current line for that game is OKC by 18.5. Oh my god. No, not really any good games on today, in all honesty. Oh, Lakers-Rockets later today will be a fun one. And that's about it. Oh, so the Clippers do play today, but they've got the Pelicans. Now, I've been monitoring all the Clippers games because we need them to start losing. So I'm rooting for the Pelicans after this game. I'll probably end up watching it. So basically a fully healthy Pelicans team, which is great. Which is really good. So we need the Pelicans to pull off an upset. Are the Pelicans still, like, technically fighting for a play-in spot, or is that hope dead? Let's have a look. Oh, hang on a second. Yeah. Hang on, no. 10 games. Nah, they're probably out of it now. They're probably just a little bit too far back, but hopefully they still want to try and compete for a play-in spot until they're officially eliminated, because we could use them. We could use them to our advantage if they're able to start beating some teams like the Clippers, Suns, Blazers, just to give us a little bit of extra leeway. Not too bad of a start. No, not at all. Not at all. We just need those shots to start falling. But, yeah, so obviously as well, a couple more games to end off this week. We've got the Pistons. With the Pistons as our next game. We have a day off tomorrow before we then play Detroit. In Detroit. That's going to be a tough one. Coming up against the 3 best teams in the Eastern Conference. Plus a team that's on a 10-game winning streak. That being the Atlanta Hawks. That's a pretty tough road trip. Obviously, the Wizards and Mavericks games should be easy wins. But you never know. But like playing arguably the 4 best teams. Well, actually, no, we're not going to disrespect the Cavs. 4 out of the 5 best teams in the Eastern Conference right now. That's a pretty tough road trip, man. But we've been competitive so far, and I love that. But yeah, I will be streaming that Pistons game. Should be a fun one. Hopefully not a blowout. But actually, hang on. Cade Cunningham should be missing that game. So maybe it will be closer than we expect. But Jalen Duren, that guy can carry a team on his own. He's a beast. But yeah, we will be streaming that game. But unfortunately won't be streaming Warriors v Hawks, which is unfortunate because obviously first time we've played Kuminga since the trade in Atlanta. He might go crazy. Brown, another point here. I would have loved to have streamed that one, but yeah, I have to pick up a camera that day while the game's on for my San Francisco trip. I need a camera with a good microphone and lens when I go to the Warriors game. So, unfortunately, I have to sacrifice the stream, but the camera's a little bit more important, obviously. Going to Warriors games is going to be some of the best content I'll put up onto this channel. That vlog of me going to Warriors Spurs is going to be crazy. Now, Jaylen Brown is having a crazy first quarter here. I said before that Tatum was probably playing better out of the 2 here early, but I think Jaylen Brown must have heard me because he has not missed a shot since I've said that. He is up to 17 points here in this quarter. As Post finally gets something going our way. But like I was saying, I feel like that's always been the case with Jaylen Brown. He's always been a silent killer. Pritchard, the 3 misses, and Post is fouled on the rebound attempt, but I feel like that's always been the case with Jaylen Brown. I feel like he's always been a silent killer. Like, if you were to ask me how many points do I think Jaylen Brown has in this first quarter, I would only say probably 10 or 12, but he's got 17, but he, like I said, just does it silently. And I like that. I feel like as a fan, you would really enjoy that. Richard, my guy, a 3 misses. Unfortunately for Will, hasn't been in the greatest of form as of recent. But hopefully when I get to meet him in San Francisco, for you guys who don't know, I'm going to the Will Richard meet and greet in San Francisco. So that'll be the first time in my life I'm meeting a Warriors player, which I'm so excited for. Jaylen Brown, with 0.3 remaining in the quarter, gets his 19th point. Pajemski, full court heave, misses. So that is the end of the first. The Celtics lead 36-23, a 13-point lead. But it's the Celtics duo that have jumped out the blocks here with a combined 28 points. 28 out of the 36 points for the Celtics have come from Tatum and Brown. And Tatum's on track to score... Tatum is on track to what? No, not Tatum. Tatum's on track to score nearly 40. And Brown's nearly on track to score 80. Oh my god. That is crazy. So yeah, Tatum's on track to score 36. And Brown's on track to score 76. So 76 and 36. So that's going to be like a combined nearly 100 points from those two if the game continues like this. So we need to get some stops. We need to get some stops on these guys. And when they're off the court, we need to capitalize. But that was crazy. Both of them played really high minutes in that first quarter. Jaylen Brown played the entire first quarter, all 12 minutes, and Tatum played 10. So although it's unfortunate because now they've got themselves a nice little lead, they shouldn't play too much in the second, which will give us a chance to get back into it. But, yeah, Brown with 19, Tatum with 9, and then for the Dubs, our top scorers, Draymond Green with 6 and Gary Payton with 4. So, yeah, definitely going to need a little bit more from Melton and Pajemski, our 2 guards tonight in the starting lineup. Melton's only got 3 points. 1 of 5 from the field, and Pajemski hasn't scored, but does have 4 assists, but I need Pajemski to do a little bit more scoring. Mr. GOAT, it's thanks to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They've combined for 28 of the 36 Celtics points here. Yeah, Celtics fans must have missed that duo, and I think the Celtics are a really good chance to go all the way this postseason in the Eastern Conference. I think this year's playoffs are going to be absolutely awesome. Like, I thought the playoffs last year were pretty good, but I think this year they might even be even better. Because, like, in the East, like, you've got the 4 just really good teams. 4, like, even good teams at the top of the Eastern Conference. That being the Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, and Cavs. Like, either of those teams, in my opinion, could go to the NBA Finals. And then you've got some, like, dark horses. The Hawks who have won 10 in a row. The Heat who have Bam who dropped 83. The Magic. The Raptors. Like, I'm excited for the Eastern Conference playoffs. And that's not usually the case. But I think the Eastern Conference playoffs might end up being better than the West this year, potentially. But the West has got some fun teams, too. The Thunder. Can they keep their throne? The Spurs are right behind them. And then, yeah. So you don't have, like, as many teams even at the top in the West. It's kind of like the Thunder, Spurs, and then a bit of a drop-off. But then you got so many dark horses in the West. The Lakers, Luka LeBron Reeves, the Rockets, KD, Şengün, Ben Thompson, the Nuggets, the second best player in the world, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Gordon, Johnson, the Wolves, Ant-Man, Suns, new look team, the Warriors, with the best player to ever play basketball in Steph Curry. But yeah, jokes aside, I think the playoffs this year are going to be awesome. And first play in the second quarter is a Porzingis steal. So how about that from KP? This game is over. I guess I'm not going to be watching this game tonight. No, don't give up yet. I think the Warriors have got a fight in them. I think our play so far in this first quarter was good. I just think it's all about a couple of shots hitting, and we've gotten some stops here. That's 2 steals to begin the second quarter and 2 buckets. So just like that, it's back to single digits. I wouldn't be leaving just yet, Mr. Goat. I think the Warriors have got a fight in them tonight. You know, you don't want to go to the TD Garden and get blown out. That's nearly 3 steals in a row for the Warriors. Richard pokes it away. It's going to remain Celtics ball, but the Warriors have come out the blocks with defensive intensity, and I'm sure Steve Kerr would be loving this from the troops. So Peyton Pritchard, the 6th man of the year last year, has continued his stellar form this season. He's been huge for Boston. Big-time shot maker. And he gives it off to Garza for 3. And he hits. So, yeah, he'll get some minutes tonight, Luka Garza. With Nikola Vucevic out with, I think, a finger injury at the moment. Obviously acquired by the Bulls at the deadline. And he'll be huge for them in the playoffs. I really think that Celtics team is going to be lethal. Porzingis. Back to the basket, out to Gee. Gee into Dre, who's been our top scorer so far, but unfortunately, that's going to be a steal there by Ron Harper Jr. Good steal from him. Another just really huge role player for the Celtics that has looked good in patches. Same with Shireman here, who's got the ball. On Pajemski, handoff to Pritchard, and the reverse layup bounces out there. Unlucky drop there for Pritchard. Pajemski. So they're just feeding Porzingis at the moment. Although Pajemski gets it back. And that's going to be a foul. So first foul for Boston here. In this second quarter. I mean, I'd love for the Warriors to try and get in the bonus here early. That'd be fantastic. Try and get themselves to the line. Get some free throws in the books. Get a couple of guys going from the charity strike. I mean, Pajemski, this will be his first points of the night, as long as he hits a free throw, that's of course. Does hit it. Okay, there we go. So Pajemski's on the board. And we need more scoring from him. We certainly do. And this is a good chance for the Warriors to really get back into this game. No Tatum, no Brown on the floor. 10-point game. Now, Boston have still got some good guys out there. Pritchard, 6th man of the year. So the best bench player in the league as of right now. You got Ron Harper Jr., good defender. Shireman who can hit some shots. You still got Derek White out there. And we just saw Luka Garza hit a 3 before. So, like, definitely got to keep our foot on the gas here. But we can really capitalize if we play our cards right. Although Will Richard, that's going to be another turnover for the Warriors. And we remember what happened last time. Will Richard made a mistake like that. Steve Kerr gave him an all-time spray. Alright, so offensive foul. Good work there from Guy Santos to draw the charge. And when he draws the charge, he falls to the ground and Draymond says, "Stay down, I'll come help you up." And I love that from Draymond. Alright, so good work from the Warriors there to get a stop, putting the body on the line. Porzingis, has Derek White on him. Go to work, KP. Go to work. Kicks it out to Draymond instead. And he misses the 3, but Will Richard almost got the offensive rebound. That's going to be a foul call on him. Or will it be Warriors ball? No, that's going to be against the Celtics. I thought Will Richard made the initial contact. The refs must not have seen that. When the ball actually came off the rim, that's when the Celtics made a bit more contact on Will. But, yeah, luckily we got away with one there. I thought Will made the initial contact while both players were fighting for the rebound. Pajemski, a 3. Misses. Hasn't been a good game from Pods here so far. And he's been good too recently, like really good. I think he hasn't gotten enough credit for how good he's been recently. We need more from him right here. Pritchard, Hauser, Pritchard again. Has the taller Porzingis on him, so has to kick it out to Harper Jr. And his 3 misses, and Will Richard almost gets the rebound, but just couldn't hold on to it. So it's going to be out of bounds. Celtics ball. Yeah, also shout out Steve Kerr. Got his 600th win as a coach versus the Washington Wizards. Pretty impressive, man. So out of his 943 games as head coach of the Warriors, he's won 600 of them. That's very impressive. And he's the second person to win 600 games as a coach and a player. Wowee. What a NBA career on and off the court Steve Kerr has had. Obviously, he was a part of that Bulls dynasty and then coached an arguably even better dynasty. And also coached the US men's Olympic team to gold. So, as much as Pritchard hits the three, that's a really, really, really bad defensive stop there from the Warriors. Can't leave Pritchard alone. Out of all the 5 guys currently on the court, the only one that shouldn't be left alone is Pritchard. Pajemski a 3, another miss. But, yeah, like I was saying, for as much criticism as Steve Kerr gets, and don't get me wrong, he's made his fair share of mistakes as a coach. But, yeah, an all-time coach for sure. I think his only real weakness is just developing young talent. Like, when it comes to older guys and star-level players, like, he knows how to coach them. And I've seen people say, oh, it's, easy to coach stars because they're just that good. No, it's not. No, it is not. Because look what happened when KD went to the Nets. Steve Nash had no idea what to do with all those guys. Whereas when KD was on the Warriors, like, everything was just flowing perfectly. So, yeah. I'm a fan of Steve Kerr. Sometimes his coaching decisions drive me up a wall, but I always love Steve. He'll get a statue outside the Chase Center, that's for sure. I would one day love to see a massive monument of the entire Dynasty era. Like a long, massive statue of like Steve, Steph, Clay, Dre, KD, Iggy, all alongside each other. And then have like the plaque of it be like the Dynasty. Like how cool would that be? Pajemski with 1 second gets fouled. So Pajemski yet to hit a field goal, but a couple of free throws. Pajemski 0-3 from the field so far. So yeah, we definitely need more from our 2 starting guards. Pajemski and Melton have combined for 1 of 8 shooting. Pajemski hits the first. Alright, so Leones comes in. And for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown's going to come back in. So he had 19 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists there in that first quarter. And now we'll see what he'll do as GP2 able to throw it up. Obviously, Pajemski there missing the second free throw. Warriors able to get the offensive rebound, so they turned it into an extra point. I'm sure it wasn't deliberately done, but we'll take it. So Jaylen Brown here, off to White. Oh, pardon me, and White able to throw it off the glass. So Boston have just had cruise control mode here all second quarter. They haven't done anything crazy, but they've just made the right plays, the Celtics. Every time the Warriors have scored, they've instantly responded. Melton, a deep 3, misses. So Melton, 1 of 6. And that's going to be Boston ball. Foul there on Quinton Post while going for the rebound attempt. All right.
And then Jaylen Brown, the overall floor game, about that left-handed pass to a nice finish.
All right, we're going to get a coach's challenge here, I think. Let's have a look. Let me see. No, a Celtics timeout. Okay. I was going to say, I don't know why the Warriors are challenging that, but...
Booking.com has all kinds of stays.
All right. Turn that down.
Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com.
Yeah, so I think just it's just been the shooting. Like, defensively, I think the Warriors have been good. I think we're making the right plays to get the shots we want. We're just not hitting them. As a team, we've missed 7 threes in a row, and we're 5 of 21 on the night 23% from downtown. You compare that to Boston, 8 of 16, 50%. Like, that's just been the difference maker. Because you take away those 3 triples that Boston have over us, it's nearly a tie ball game. And then even just shooting from the field, Boston 50% across the field and the Warriors only 33%. So, yeah, if we can just tighten up on that a little bit, just make sure we're hitting these open shots. Like, Melton came off a fantastic performance, 27 points. And what I liked about Melton's game in that one, I'm going to check, but I don't think he shot, like, many threes at all. No, he only shot 2 threes. He got all of his points from inside. Like, that's what I was going to say. Now, I know Washington, they don't really have any defenders. That's kind of almost a deliberate thing. That's like the best way to lose when you're trying to tank. Just put out no defensive squads. So that's why Melton was able to get into the paint so much without Alex Sarr and Anthony Davis. But even just like in a game like this, I don't think the Celtics have that much scary interior defense to the point where you're shooting 1 of 5 from 3. Like, I don't think Melton needs to be shooting that much from deep. I think Melton plays a lot better when he gets himself inside the paint. So he's only shot 1 shot inside the arc. And I want to see him doing more of shooting inside the arc rather than shooting threes. I don't think we need Melton to be shooting much threes here. I think the Warriors are better when Melton's the one driving in and scoring or kicking it out. So that's what I would love to see Melton adjust on in this second half. I also don't know why Porzingis hasn't been out there for a while. I wouldn't mind seeing KP get back on the floor. But yeah, so I guess the keys to this second half, stop shooting as many threes. In particular, D'Anthony Melton, I want to see him get inside. Try and stop Jaylen Brown in some fashion. Like, just try and do something. I don't know how. He's in the zone, and you know once players get into the zone, they're very hard to stop, but try and not even stop Jaylen Brown, but try and contain him to a degree. But then the problem with that is they've got Jason Tatum too now again. So it's like if we put all the pressure on Brown defensively, Tatum's just going to get open shots, and he's shown tonight he's capable of shooting still. So now they've got both of them out there on the floor. We might be cooked. So Jaylen Brown, spin move, Gaza, floater, good. Damn. We're really starting to see how dangerous this Boston team's going to be come the playoffs. Santos, a turnover. Brown with the steal. This guy is just amazing. Jaylen Brown, another pass to Gaza. This time misses, but gets his own offensive rebound and saves it. Nope, GP2 steals it midair. Gary Payton, 2-on-1. Santos the reverse layup and scores. There we go. So Luka Garza grabbed it off of his own missed shot and tried to like throw it back in bounds to save the play. And GP2 got the interception steal there and broke away. Good play from Gary. Alright, so Celtics ball. Only up by 12 still, which, well, that's going to be extended now with some white free throws. But still, it feels like Boston have been a lot better than a 12-point lead, considering their stars are at their best in this first half, and also just how well they've shot overall as a team. So I would say even this margin right now is honestly not too bad. So Derek White with the 4th highest plus-minus this season. So it doesn't do much crazy stat-wise, but makes an impact when he's out there, that's for sure. I do want to see, do the Pistons play today, or do they have a back-to-back? No, they've got a back-to-back. So the Pistons play the Wizards tomorrow and then us the following day. So second night of a back-to-back without Cade Cunningham. We might have a chance against the best team in the East under some unlucky circumstances for the Pistons. So post now. Hand off to Melton. Step back jumper. And another miss from D'Anthony Melton. I'm happy that he at least took a shot from inside the three-point line. But he's 1 of 7. Brown to the rim. And he is fouled. So he's already going to get his 20th points of the half. Now, he's definitely still not on track for 70, but he's still on track for another 40 piece, that's for sure.
In complete command of everything he's doing on the floor. Like, as soon as he touches it, he says, I'm in attack mode. That doesn't mean I'm looking to score every time.
But it's interesting to see who will go down as the better Celtic, Brown or Tatum. Because I think Tatum's still, technically the star player. Although I feel like now it's almost arguably even, definitely Brown's team now. He was the one who got the finals MVP in 2024, and now this season we've seen what Brown can do when he's the lone wolf. And I don't know, it's interesting to see who, when it's all said and done, will go down as the better Celtic. So 2-2 for Brown, and a nice little lead here for Boston. Can we try and get it back to 10 heading into the second half? Because if we don't, it could really get ugly in the third. We know Boston love a good third quarter, so we've got to be careful. Leones drives in. A little bit of a reckless layup there, but, he's still young, still learning out. Oh, GP2 blocks Brown, but they gave him a late foul call, getting the SGA treatment. That is unlucky. And Gary with a smile, too. So, Jaylen Brown. Oh, my goodness. Wow, what a game from Jaylen Brown. Just pure efficiency. Hits the first. I mean, I can't even be mad at this. This is just ethical hoops. I don't know, what's the biggest weakness in Jaylen Brown's game? I'm just trying to think about it right now. I don't think there's really that many. I know people say the dribbling was his biggest weakness. He was a notorious bad opposite hand dribbler. He couldn't dribble with his left, but he's sharpened up on that. I watch his combo dribble moves, and it seems like he's tightened up his handles. I wouldn't be worried about him as a ball handler anymore. Can shoot the free ball if needed. Is so efficient and pure from inside the arc. Can easily get to the rim. Get to the line as well. Can rebound. Can make the right reads. He's just a pure overall player.
Part of drafting well is, in my opinion, how important is the game to the people you are drafting?
Alright, so 4:17 remaining here in this first half. White a 3, misses. So it's really now or never for the Warriors. We don't want to let this get out to any bigger of a lead than it currently is. Pritchard misses, but an offensive rebound for Gaza. Man, alright, so it's had 20 points right now, which is unfortunate. We battled early, but Boston have broken away. Guy Santos at 1! There we go, Guy. There we go, but Boston's still winning the quarter by 5. But Guy, nice little play there, and 1. Can that get the Warriors going? This will put Guy to the top scorer for the Warriors tonight. Alright, so Warriors going to make some big substitutions here. They're going to bring in Green and Porzingis, the new front court for the Warriors tonight. But that's crazy. So Guy's first 36 games of the season, 11 minutes a night, and he averaged 3.8. And then the last 21 games he's played in... Oh, the graphic went away. Let me go back. So the first 36 games of the season, 11 minutes a night, 3.8 points. And then the last 21 games, 31 minutes a night for 15 points a game. Crazy. It makes you think, how many players could do this in the NBA if they just got the right opportunity. But a good shot there for Guy, and 1 converts the free throw as well. So top scorer of this first half is Guy Santos. Tatum loses the ball. Santos on the break to the rim again. And this time gets absolutely swatted by Jaylen Brown and Derek White. They doubled him there on the transitional drive. Brown a step back three. Misses. And Spencer able to crush the glass. Off to Draymond. He's been our second leading scorer here tonight with 8. Spencer a step back jumper. Ooh! Here come the dubs. Can we get it back to 10? Brown. White. Garza left open for 3. And off back iron. He hit one earlier in this quarter. Luckily he misses there because now it gives the Warriors a chance to really string some momentum together. Spencer a 3! Pat Spencer! Here he comes! Let's go, Pat! GG for the Warriors. Can't beat the Celtics without Curry. You got to see the game finish out, my friend. You know, you can't be too negative when Steph's out. You just got to take the game as it is. White hits the shot. This is our 19th game without Curry, so we are starting to kind of see what some of these guys are truly made of now in a large sample size, and I love it. Spencer throws it in. And although it sucks right now, it could end up being a blessing in disguise because now we know what players to actually keep and actually build around these next few final seasons of Steph. Like, for example, Guy Santos now is going to be huge for the Warriors the next season or two. Porzingis with another steal, his second of the night. Spencer back to KP, throws it off the glass, but just couldn't get the clean shot away. And that is going to be a foul on Porzingis, so going to get a timeout here. But yeah, it'll end up being 20-plus games without Curry. And obviously as well, we're up to like 30-plus games without Butler now. So for how unlucky this season has been, I don't think it's been too bad, to be honest. Like, it's hard to look at it in a positive perspective because, like, we have fallen well short of our expectations this year, but it still hasn't been the worst season for what I was probably expecting when Jimmy and Steph both went down. I'm just trying to have a look at, I want to have a look at, I just want to see how much games each player has played this season. So, Podziemski is the only player who has played in all games so far this season. So that's what I mean. Like, Podziemski's been alright this year. Like, I think Podziemski's been pretty good. Our 5th leading scorer. Yeah, I think he definitely deserves a bit more credit. So Brandon's played all 68 games so far. Quinton's played 64. Gary was 61. Moses with 59, but he's currently missing some games right now. Will Richard, rookie season, 58 games. Guy Santos, 57. So Draymond's only played 55. He's missed 13 games. Spencer, 52. Obviously, Buddy Hield, 44 before being traded. Al Horford's only played in 43 games. Steph Curry, only 39 games. Jimmy Butler, only 38 games. Melton, only 37 games. And then obviously Porzingis has only played in 5 since joining. Seth Curry only in 4 games. So that's what I mean. Like, some of our best players have played less than half of the season. Like, 68 games so far. Curry and Butler both have played nearly less than half of the season. And then Melton, who is our, I think, technically 3rd leading scorer because Porzingis really hasn't been here for long. He's only played in half the season as well, coming back from the ACL. So that's what I mean. Like, I think next year, if we can try and get everyone healthy, we might be alright. And I've heard rumours we might even try and get Kawhi. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it would be a good trade. I'd just be concerned about the... Not concerned about the fit, more just about the health. Kawhi has been kind of injury prone in recent years too. This year he's gotten back to his best stats and health-wise, but how long can he maintain that for? And it must suck for the Clippers because, like, out of all their best opportunities with the supporting cast they had for Kawhi to make a deep run, he was always injured. And now this year, you get the best output out of Kawhi, and they have just the worst supporting cast since he's joined the team. Pods has been horrible? Yeah, in this game for sure. Yeah, so the Celtics fans have been applauding KP all night long. Obviously playing against the former team. Obviously part of that championship Celtics team in 2024 alongside Al Horford. Obviously when you win a championship with the team, you're going to be remembered forever. Alright. So Tatum, who was fouled all the way at the other end of the basket, is shooting some free throws. Celtics and the Warriors both in the bonus for this last minute 54. And Tatum, 2-2. Alright, so it's still game on here if we can just play these last 2 minutes well. Hit some shots, get some stops. And repeat. Spencer. Porzingis. I want to see him start shooting. Here we go. Kristaps to the rim. Throws it up and misses the shot, but gets the tip in off his own miss. Man, it is good having someone who can do that. So back to 12 points. Like I said, if we can get it to single digits, it's game on. Tatum to the rim. Ooh, you'd be nervous as a Celtics fan anytime he jumps up in the air like that, but was able to score. Couldn't quite dunk it, but good layup there from Tatum over Draymond. Spencer, kick out. Richard. Porzingis, gear 3, off back iron. Feels like tonight a lot of the Warriors' threes have just had too much juice on them. A lot of them have been off back iron. Not like we're missing a lot of the threes off the front of the rim with not enough power. It's almost like we're shooting too strong. Trying to force the three a little bit too much. Alright, Porzingis with Hauser on him. Go to work, big fella. Come on, KP. Don't shoot a fader. Get in there. So 4 seconds now for the Warriors to work. Spencer going to have to shoot a fading J. And he hits it. Ooh. Pat Spencer, how do you do? What a quarter for Pat. And I love how anytime he does anything good, they just automatically revert to, Tatum a 3. Wowee. Anytime Spencer scores, they automatically just bring up the lacrosse history every single time. Man, what a first half from these Celtic stars. Unbelievable, man. Alright, so 17 seconds left here. Draymond off to Will. Off the glass and throws it in. The rookie finally gets his first points of the night. Was in the starting lineup for a little while there. A couple games ago, but has come back off the bench here tonight. Hasn't been in good form recently, which is unfortunate. But he's young. He'll get into it. Brown to the rim, misses. So that is going to be the half. And look, all things considered, we're halfway through the road trip, coming up against top 3 team, arguably in the whole NBA. Top 3 team in the East, arguably a top 5 team in the NBA. And their stars simply could not have played a better half if they tried. Wowee. So Jaylen Brown with 23 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. And then Tatum, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Like, come on. That is ridiculous. And then for the Warriors, 2 top scorers. Guy Santos with 11 and 3 rebounds. And Pat Spencer came alive in that quarter. 10 points and a rebound. Alright, so that is going to be the half. Let's have a look at the scores in the other games. Now, what we should check. Do you guys want to know the remaining games I'll be streaming before I go away to San Francisco for the last part of the regular season? Because we've only got a couple more streams before I go. Like, I can't believe it. I'm literally leaving in 10 days. Do you guys want me to go through the remaining streaming schedule? Feel free to let me know if you do, but yeah, we'll have a look at Instagram, see if we've got any more Steph Curry updates. Doesn't seem to be the case. I wonder, so did League Alerts post anything about Steph? No, they didn't. So what was weird was the Warriors had a post up earlier today about Steph getting back on the court, getting up some reps early pre-game tonight, but they took the post down, and I'm annoyed. My comment had 500 likes on my Instagram page, which I always try and comment on the Warriors post because, you know, if the comments do well, it can actually bring traction over to your page. Because, like, obviously, if you're a Warriors page, you get 500 likes. Even if you get 50 people to click on your page, a couple of followers, like, it can be a big difference. But, yeah, I just found it weird why they took down the post. It was actually just a couple of pictures and a video of Steph shooting around before the gates opened at the... Yeah, so it was basically just like this type of footage. So it was just a couple of clips of Steph looking pretty good. He seems to be alright. You know, still going to be a little bit stiff, a little bit sore. But look, he looks alright. Like, that seems pretty good. And yeah, so basically, it seems to be that, as this tweet right here says, there are... It's hard to read, so I'll read it out. It says, there is cautious optimism that Steph Curry will return to the lineup at some point by the end of the month. So how exciting is that? And that's when I leave to go to San Fran. But yeah, so what it means by, like, cautious optimism, it literally just means if he feels well, he'll play. If not, they'll probably just wait to the playing games. Like, it literally might be the case, like, he comes back, like, the last regular season game and then plays in the playing game. But I'm hoping that he does play as early as possible. Not even just for my trip's sake, but also just, like, the sake of getting him back out there so we can try and get the 8th seed. Because it doesn't matter. Like, honestly, in my opinion, if Steph can't come back, like, by the end of March, early April, don't even bother. Like, if we're bringing him back right before the playing game and we fall down to the 9th or the 10th seed, don't bother then, in my opinion. Because, like, playing OKC in the first round is a death wish. So not only would we have to get through 2 playing games on the road, we would then have to go to Oklahoma City to play the Thunder. Like, yeah, to me, it's like, if Steph can't come back, like, within the next week and a half, 2 weeks, don't bother. Don't bother. But, yeah, you guys do want to know what games I'm streaming before I go away, so we'll go through it. We'll have a look at what games I'm streaming before I go away. I don't think too many more games, to be 100% honest with you guys. I would have loved to have streamed more games on this road trip. Unfortunately, just so busy at the moment. So let's have a look. So next game versus Detroit. I will be streaming that game. And then the second night of a back-to-back versus Atlanta. Unfortunately, won't be able to stream that game. Like I said, I'm picking up a camera that day for my trip. Just so I can make some good vlog content for you all. So unfortunately, won't be able to stream that. And then next week, let's have a look. So we play Dallas to begin the week. Will I be streaming that game? That could be Steph's return game. I am streaming that game. We then play the Nets midweek. Unfortunately, won't be able to stream that one. And then we play the Wizards on the weekend, which will be my last stream. Yeah. Okay. So I'm only streaming 3 more games after this before I head away to San Francisco. Now, I will be doing an IRL stream at the Chase Center on one of the days of the game. One of the days of the games that I go to. Like a pre-game IRL stream, which should be a lot of fun. I think you guys will certainly enjoy that. But yeah, so we'll stream the game versus the Pistons, Mavs, and Nets. Pistons, Mavs, and Wizards, and then that's it. I'm off, and then when I come back, I don't know how long will be left in the regular season. So probably only, a game or 2 in the regular season that I'll stream when I get back. And then obviously I'll stream the playing games and we'll see how we go from there. But that's sad, man. I've loved doing these streams this year. Let's see how many I've done in total this year. I would love to know. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42 streams this year. That's not too bad at all. So basically, I'll probably do a couple more streams, like I said, to end off the regular season. So when it's all said and done, I'll probably end up of streaming about 50% of our games this season, which for my first year of this channel, I don't think is too bad at all. Like next year, I want to ramp it up even more, try and get to 50, 60 games. Year after that, try and get to 70. And I would love to get to a point where I'm eventually able to do this full time and stream like every single game. That'd be awesome. But yeah, that's not too bad at all for my first season on the channel. Already into the 40 game mark. It'll probably end up with the playing games being about 50 total streams, which is not too bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the streams this year, and we'll definitely be continuing them next year, that's for sure. I even wouldn't mind trying to stream the preseason games as well. I didn't really get to do that this season while I was still figuring things out with this channel, but we'll definitely stream all the preseason games, even like maybe the Summer League games. Honestly, that could be a lot of fun. We might even stream like the draft if we have a pick. I don't know. The only thing about that, it's a lot of time to stream just for the Warriors to have like one pick, like midway through the lottery. I don't know. We'll wait and see. We might as well try and do it if we can. We might even do like a free agency day stream when the Warriors make some moves. Yeah, that'll be fun. That will be fun. We'll do as many streams as we can over the next year, next season. I can't believe the year's already nearly over though. Like tonight is game 69 of, is it 82? Yeah, 82. 69 of 82. So only like 10, 13 games remaining on the year. It's crazy. I remember when the season like just started. It feels like the season only started a month ago. Like it's incredibly quick year it's been. And what a good year in the NBA it's been too. I know some people have complained, but I've loved this NBA season. I thought it's been great. Now, obviously, the playoffs kind of end up being like the determining factor of how good a year was, because obviously you always remember what happened in the playoffs. Obviously we'll always remember this season for some of the iconic moments, a couple of crazy game winners, and obviously the Bam 83-point game. But yeah, the playoffs kind of make or break and kind of like determine how good a season ends up being. But I think this year the playoffs are going to be awesome. I think you've truly got like 8 true teams that can have a real shot at winning the NBA championship, which is crazy. Like, let me go through all the teams and see if I think they can win the championship. So in the East, the Pistons, yes. The Celtics, yes. Knicks, yes. Cavs, yes. Beyond that, I don't see the Raptors winning. I don't see the Magic winning. I don't see the Heat winning. I don't see the Hawks winning. So that's 4 teams in the East. And then the West, OKC, yes. Spurs, yes. Lakers, yes. Nuggets, yes. Rockets. Like, I feel like the Timberwolves would be more likely to win it than the Rockets, in my honest opinion. I'm gonna say Wolves, yes, but I'm gonna say Rockets, no. I don't like the Rockets' chances come the playoffs. I think the Rockets. If I'm the Rockets GM, I'm trying to go after Tyler Hero this offseason while giving up as little as possible. That would be the guy I'd be going after, because I just don't think the Rockets have enough scoring. Which I know sounds crazy. They have Şengün, they have KD, but I think they need like an all-star level point guard. I'd be going after Tyler Hero if I was the Rockets GM, because right now without Van Vliet, I can't see the Rockets winning. I could be proven wrong, but yeah, I'm just not too sure. Because like what I saw in that Rockets game versus the Warriors, who were so undermanned, was just very concerning for their sake. But yeah, still, that's like I said, 8, 9, maybe even 10 teams you could really argue with a chance to win the Larry O'Brien this year. But also as well, I'm excited for MLB opening night. That should be very soon. When I am in San Francisco, I am going to 2 nights of the Giants game in their Giants games in their series versus the New York Mets. which should be really, really fun. I'm going to the Friday night and Saturday night games, so both should be really good crowds, good energy, and I'm so excited for it. I went to the baseball when I went to LA last year. So much fun. So yeah, I'm going to 3 NBA games, 2 baseball games, meeting Will Richard, Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, man, this vlog is going to be jam-packed. So what I was thinking as well with the content that I upload, I think I'm going to do like one, like, I flew 24 hours to watch, hopefully Steph plays, but like I flew 24 hours to watch Steph Curry and have like the absolute best moments from like just the Warriors game, plus meeting Will Richard, but then also do like Warriors fan visit San Francisco for the first time and include like everything from the trip. So like the scenic stuff, the baseball, all the basketball, the food, all that type of stuff. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Plus an IRL stream, some short form content of course, but yeah. Obviously, I don't want to overdo it. Like, it is still a holiday. I still really want to enjoy myself. You know, soak all the trip in. But, you know, I can't wait to make some content for you guys. I'm sure you guys are going to absolutely love it. But, yeah, hopefully we win some of those games too. I did see a win last time I went. So, hopefully I can be like a good luck charm for the Warriors. I'm going to 3 games. So, hopefully I at least see a win. I mean, that's like a 33% chance. I should be seeing 1 win. I feel like there's at least like a 50% chance I see at least 1 win, even if Steph doesn't play in all the games. But I only say 50% because, like, we got some tough opponents when I'm over there. Spurs, Rockets, Cavs. So they're not like guaranteed wins. But what's crazy is if I went with my original trip plan, I would have been at the game here tonight. Originally, I was going to do an East Coast trip. I was going to go to New York and then Boston for our games versus the Knicks and versus the Celtics. And it just ended up being too much money. Like, New York was expensive enough alone, and then Boston wasn't cheap either. But I was going to do that. Originally, because I was like, oh, Steph always has like iconic games at the Garden and at the TD Garden, and I love both those venues. I definitely will get there at some point in my life, but just ended up being too much. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I go watch some home games? And instead of only getting to see the 2 games in New York and Boston, I'll see 3 games plus baseball if I wait a little bit longer and go to San Fran. But yeah, it would have been crazy. It would have been in the building tonight. But lucky I held off. Lucky I held off a little bit longer because I've still got a slim chance of watching Steph play. But next time I do go back, if I do end up going back in the near future, I would love to try and do like a little road trip. Like follow the guys along on a road trip. Like go to like, I don't know, go to LA, go to New York, and then like Dallas or something. Like I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. I would love to do a Ryan Trahan series one year. Like, go to like a Warriors game in every single state. Alright, here we go. So we are underway here for this 3rd quarter and 2nd half. So it was out to 20 points at one stage. It's been brought back to 13. Can the Warriors get a little run going here? Or will Boston do just enough to hold on and get 3 wins in a trot? Pajemski grabbing the rebound on the first play. Warriors with the stop already. Pajemski, spin move. Get it out, Pods. Off the Draymond to Porzingis. Has the smaller Brown on him. Doesn't want the mismatch. Wants to try and get into the post here. Porzingis is going to have to shoot a 3 now. And that's a miss. Just waited too long into the shot clock there. So Porzingis had to force it up. 2nd time around. Luckily, it's still gonna maintain Warriors possession here. So we got a 2nd chance. Draymond's gonna get it. 10 seconds to work with here. Melton, who was 1 of 7 in the first half, is now 1 of 1 in the 2nd half. So yeah, terrible first half from D'Anthony Melton. Like I said, 1 of 7. Just looked awkward out there at patches. Just could not get anything going for himself. But yeah, good start here to this second half. Hopefully, it can be a tale of two halves here for Melton. Alright, so Celtics ball on the sideline. First foul of the quarter for the Warriors. We don't want to let Boston get into the bonus early in this quarter. They're scoring enough as it is. Cater, little handoff to Hauser. Jumps into the three. Off back eye. And a lot of threes tonight have all kind of just come off the back of the rim. I don't know, whether the three-point line's shorter in the TD Garden or something. Tatum loses this dribble. Melton with the steal. Off to Bajemski. And he'll be fouled on the layup. It was almost an and one play. But Bajemski, a chance to put it to a single-digit game, chat. Pajemski, who's played in all now 69 games this season, averaging the 13 points. Hasn't been a good night tonight so far for Pods, but hopefully it can be the same thing with Melton. Taylor two halves. Looks like Pajemski might have hurt his wrist here a little bit. Hopefully not. Hopefully I haven't jinxed him when I was saying how he hasn't missed a game this season. He looks alright. He does already have a little bit of pre-existing tape on that wrist. So maybe he's re-aggravated it or something. Might have had like a slight tweak on it and it's just kind of bubbled up a little bit more after that contact. But yeah, it hasn't been a good night. 0-3 from the field, 3-5 from the line. Now it's 4-6. But yeah, definitely going to need a little bit more from Pods. But it's back to 10 points. It's the lowest it's been in a while here. If we can get a stop, it's back to a single-digit game. We can get a stop and a score. Brown. And that's going to be a foul on the Warriors. So that's the second one of the quarter. I did say we don't want to let Boston rack up some fouls here early and get into the bonus. Pajemski was just trying to fight through the screen there. Officials picked up on that one straight away. So Celtics with a fresh 14 here. Tatum inbounds to Brown. Jaylen Brown. Sizing it up, back to Tatum, off the screen, back to Brown, 1-2, 1-2 here for the two superstars. Brown in the ISO, fading and airballing. Good stop by the Warriors. That's the only bad play all night from Jaylen Brown. It's going to be deflected out of bounds, Warriors ball still. 2 minutes into this third, I've been happy with what I've seen. Force Brown into an airball, that's great. So Draymond Green has been huge tonight. He's jumped onto Jaylen Brown here and gotten a couple of stops. Pajemski off to Green. Melton's stuck in the corner. Has to give it out there. Pajemski a three. Yes! There we go. First field goal of the night for Pods. I was just saying a moment ago, need a little bit more of a Pajemski boost here in this second half. And Pods answers my call. So that's going to be the third foul. I've said it already so many times. Don't let Boston get into the bonus. And we've already given them 3 fouls within the first 3 minutes of this quarter. Alright, so this is the lowest margin it's been in a very long time here. Back to the single digits. Tatum, high screen, jumps into a 3. Misses. This is the defense we need to play. Get these stops. Pajemski, another transition 3. Off front iron that time. Pajemski, that would have been huge. Would have put it to 4 points, chat. Brown has Melton on his hip and one. Man. That's going to potentially be a 6-point swing here. Jaylen Brown. This guy is a beast tonight. Man, Jaylen Brown coming off 41 points. Coming off 41 points. This could be his 26th of the night already. He hits this and one free throw. And of course he does. So, like I said, that's a 6-point swing. Pajemski could have hit that 3 and could have really put it within striking distance. Pajemski, Porzingis has Tatum jumping. Pajemski in the corner with Tatum on him. KP a 3, misses. And Santos almost saves the play. Will it be Celtic or Warriors ball? It'll be Celtic ball. Last touch by Gee. Pods has been horrible. Definitely hasn't been great tonight. That's for sure. Tatum, baseline drive. And that is going to be the 4th foul of the quarter in 3 minutes for the Warriors. And now the Celtics... Are the Celtics already in the bonus? Yeah, the Celtics are already in the bonus. 9 minutes remaining here in the quarter. The Celtics are already in the bonus. That must have been the 5th foul by the Warriors. Man, I can't believe that. I must have jinxed it because I was saying at the start of the quarter, whatever you do, just don't let Boston get into the bonus. And now they're in the bonus for the last 9 minutes of this quarter. This is crazy. This could be the difference between us winning and losing here. I mean, that and a couple of other factors, but you know what I mean. Bajemski a 3. And, Pods, man, come on. If Pods hits those 2 threes, it would be 62-67 right now. But now Tatum gets to the rim, and all the Warriors' work has just gone down the drain. Celtics lead back out to 13 like it was entering the half. Oh, man. Unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man.
Might not be right for others. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at a couple more, posts about Steph here. Just a couple more little things I'm reading. So, a couple more little information points from Shams on Steph. So he says, Steph got an PRP injection in knee. Then he also says, strong on-court work in Boston, like I said before, running, cutting, etc. Not experiencing swelling. So that's 3 really big key points there. And I saw someone in the comments saying, I don't really see a point in being a playing team then losing. Getting us in the lottery, get a solid pick if you really want, trade it. Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me. People act like if the Warriors just like go into the lottery, we're just going to get like an automatic top 3, top 4 pick. Like, it's not how it works. I know the past 2 seasons, the number 1 pick has gone to teams with incredibly small percentages, but there's no chance that happens for the Warriors, especially not 3 years in a row with the team with that small of a percentage jumping up to the number 1 pick. Now, if it does happen, I'll take everything I said back, and it would be honestly ridiculous and insane, and I would be over the moon if we were able to get a Boozer, Peterson, or DeBanza. I don't know, who would the Warriors take? Probably Boozer. I don't know, you could go with either of them, honestly. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how some people don't want to see Steph in the play-ins/playoffs. Like, he is the greatest showman. Like, even if it's for just a first-round series, like, it's Steph playoff hoops. Like, it doesn't get any better. And also, as well, like, I think it would be important for, like, Guy Santos, Pajemski, Melton to get, like, starting level experience in the postseason. And then also, you probably want Steph out there as well to see what the Steph and Porzingis duo looks like, because you don't know. Like, maybe it doesn't work at all and you have to let Porzingis go or trade him in the offseason. I don't think that's going to be the case. Or it could be the complete opposite, where it's like, oh my god, Steph and Porzingis together, what a tandem, what a duo. We have to keep Porzingis, bring him back on whatever money you want for next season. So, there's so many reasons why I think Steph has to come back.
Jason trying to get back. This was in the first half. And there's some pressure there, but
All right.
career high on layups and dunks. Just juxtapose that next to this. The handle, the little guile with the hands, and then the downtown finish. Like, look out.
All right.
With every
8:13 remaining. Warriors can't beat the Celtics without Curry. Well, yeah, obviously, of course, but yeah, the Celtics are a really good team at the moment. Porzingis, step back jumper misses, but Payton, offensive rebound. Pajemski drives in and is fouled. Almost another and one for Pods. So like I said, only streaming 3 more games after this one. Hopefully we'll get to see Curry in one of those games. Maybe the last one versus Brooklyn, which could be his return game. We'll wait and see. I don't see the Warriors bringing him back on the road in Denver. So, like, his first game back could be one of those Wizards and Nets games next week, or it could be the week after at the games I'm at versus either, like, the Cavs or Spurs. Tajemski. 2-2 from the line, so back to 11 points. Brown, who's been on a run and on a mission tonight. Brown loses his footing there and drops the ball. So Warriors come up with the steal. Green off to Pajemski. Pods trying to get himself a little bit of space. Can't. And now is trapped. So has to give it off to Melton. Corner 3. Melton having a horrible night, which is surprising. He's coming off a great 27-point performance. He's 2-9 tonight. So, him and Pajemski have combined for... Oh, my God. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Melton and Pajemski have combined for 3 of 15 shooting. So, for your 2 starting guards, not acceptable in a game like this. Porzingis had a very hot start, but has certainly slowed down. There he goes. Finally. There we go. It's exactly what I wanted to see. No, I think Curry comes back against the Brooklyn Nets. And if that ends up being the case, I'm not going to lie, I might end up taking the day off work to stream that game. Tatum a 3, misses. If Curry comes back in the game versus... That's going to be a turnover for the Warriors in transition. Oh, they're going to call a foul. Oh, we got away with one there. That was not a foul at all. And GP2's smiling because he knows that was not a foul. Warriors with a reckless pass out in transition, and Gary couldn't grab it, but we got away with that one there. But yeah, if Steph comes back, what day is that game versus Brooklyn? Damn. That's like my biggest day of work. 10-hour shift. That's a lot of money to lose out on to stream that game. But if Steph comes back, I low-key might have to call in sick. I don't know. That's a tough decision. I hope he just comes back in the Wizards game. Not going to lie. I hope he comes back in the Wizards game, plays like 20 minutes. They rest him on the road versus Denver, and then he plays in those games to begin April where I'm at. That's best case scenario for me. Because I definitely can't stream that game versus Denver. I'll be on the flight when that game's happening. I won't even be able to watch that game. So I won't know the result until the next morning when I land. Alright, so it's back to 10 points. Pat Spencer now, off that little shot there, has become the leading scorer tonight. Him and Guy Santos. Pritchard, shake and bake, pull-up jumper, hits it. Man, this guy is shifty. Would love to have a Payton Pritchard on the team. But yeah, I don't know. It could be the Wizards game. It could be the Brooklyn game. It could be the Nuggets game. I doubt it's the Nuggets game. Why would you bring him back on the road? Too risky, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it's either going to be Brooklyn, Washington, or San Antonio, the game he returns. Man, I said it before. Every time Pat Spencer gets brought up, they always mention the lacrosse.
averaging about 7 points per game and 2 points per game a year ago.
All right, so Spencer.
Tournament challenge men's and women's brackets are open, so download the app or scan
Yeah, March Madness is here. Who's excited for that? Has everyone filled out their March Madness brackets?
one bracket game. The men's game closes tomorrow noon Eastern. Women's game Friday at 11:30 Eastern time.
I filled out my bracket.
Target tipped off today. I must be wrong about
Yeah, I'm excited for it. March Madness. It should be fun.
a lot of players.
I'll probably head out to like a sports bar or something and watch one of the games, like one of the big games while I'm over there. Because I watched a Lakers game. I watched I think it was like a Celtics game or something at a sports bar in America, and man, the vibes in there are unmatched. I obviously couldn't drink or anything, but I had some wings, some ranch. It was fun, man. Ended up sitting with a bunch of random guys that were also traveling. It was a lot of fun. Draymond, handoff to Gee. 12 points right now. We cannot get it back to single digits, and it's been the case all night long. All night long. It's within striking distance, and then Celtics just go on a little bit of a run, and they push that lead right back out. Mavie Leon's one of the worst players to put on a Warriors uniform. That's harsh, and to be honest, I don't think you're actually right with that. There has been plenty of worse players, unfortunately. Hauser misses, and Will Richard comes back in. Man, Will Richard in these black statement jerseys just gives me flashbacks to the Warriors 2022 Thunderbolt City Edition jerseys that Jordan Poole wore. Every time. In transition, you see that 3 on the back of the jersey. It's like, man, makes me miss JP. Alright, so Shireman comes back in for the Celtics. Alongside Gaza. He's looked good tonight. Stepped up tonight for some backup center minutes with Vooch out. Tatum, kick out Brown. One more Pritchard from the TD Garden logo. Misses, but that's going to be a foul. That's going to be a foul. So more Celtic free throws. So it was a foul on the rebound attempt by Gaza, looking for an offensive rebound to keep the play alive. But obviously now, Celtics are in the bonus. They've been in the bonus for a while. So every foul is just going to be free throws. Maybe Leon's, I see why he hasn't made much NBA teams. No, he's alright. Not a bad player. The Warriors just need guys who are big. But yeah, I definitely agree. He shouldn't really be playing. Really shouldn't be playing much when the team is fully healthy. But, you know, when a couple of the bigger guys are out, I don't mind him getting some minutes. Alright, Gaza, 2-2. So, the game's in the balance right now. This 4 minutes is really going to determine whether we have a shot in the fourth. Podziemski, off to Will, back to Pods. Kick out Spencer, and that's going to be a Tatum steal. Jason Tatum having a phenomenal night. Has slowed down scoring-wise, but has been huge in moments. Even defensively too. Tatum. More Celtic free throws. Felt like there was a little bit of a flop there from Tatum, but yeah. That is going to be more points here for JT. That'll get him into the 20-point mark. If he hits both of them. And he does. So Tatum, 20 points. And Brown with 26. So a combined 46 from both of those players. And they're almost outscoring the entire Warriors team. It'd be 46-64 right now. If it was just Tatum and Brown's score versus the Warriors. And then Pritchard, the third leading scorer with 10 off the bench, has been huge. And that's really all the Celtics have needed tonight. And that's going to be... So the Warriors are now finally also in the bonus. So Post was fouled there. And he'll get some free throws. It's not that the Warriors are that bad without Curry. The green tax is just that more costly with Draymond. No, I don't think Draymond's been bad at all in recent games. I think tonight Draymond's been great. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, 2 threes, good defense on Brown and Tatum in patches. I think Draymond's been all right. It's like the only reason why we're bad is one word: injuries. Jimmy, less than half the season. Steph's played less than half the season. Melton, our third leading scorer, less than half the season. We've only had Porzingis for 5 games. Like, it's just injuries. Post 1 or 2. And next year, if we can get healthy, we'll be all right. Brown. Because, like, you got to remember, there was patches where we were healthy and we were really good. Like, those 2 games versus the Spurs were probably the peak of our season. Now, did it take 2 40-plus point performances from Steph? Yes. But still, we looked good. And early in the year, we also looked good. Man, that game versus Denver that we won in the second game of the season in OT, probably my favorite game of the year. That was awesome. Santos, 3 minutes remaining. Step back, drives back in, throws it up, misses. That's going to be the end of the shot clock. Celtics with the rebound. So another dead possession for the Dubs. Pritchard to the rim, hands it off to Gaza. He misses, and Post with the rebound. Post's been good tonight. Post's been alright. Hasn't done too much, but grabbed a couple of boards. Santos misses. As Pajemski might be injured here. Pajemski's on the ground. He jumped mid-air to grab the rebound and just went flying into the crowd. He gets up alright. It's going to be a timeout though. But it's crazy having these early games. It feels weird. Like, typically Warriors games haven't even started by now, but this one's close to over. A lot of early games in the league today. Same thing with tomorrow as well. I feel like a lot of the games now have become a lot more early. Like, no really, like, late games at all. At all this week. Yeah, that's crazy. There's like really only like 1 or 2 late games this entire week. All right. Just having a look at how the Giants did today. They lost 5-1 against the Dodgers. Interesting. Interesting. When do games start back up? And MLB. It'd be very soon. Like, I know spring training's almost done. Oh, a little bit longer. Oh, the first game. Okay. First game's very soon. I didn't know the Giants played in the first game of the year. The Giants play on opening night versus the Yankees. That would have been cool to go to. That'd be exciting. I'll definitely have to watch that. Alright. We are almost done here in this third. It has been an alright quarter. We started off really well. We just had a little patch where we just let the Celtics bring it right back out. And now it's just the same old situation. We're just hovering behind them. I think we initially were winning the third quarter, but I'm pretty sure now the Celtics have overtaken us here in the third, and they've won the quarter scoring-wise and just overall. Alright. Oh, Pods is rocking the Shea shoes, I think. That looks like the Sheas, the Converses. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Pods isn't with his shoe brand that he was with anymore. Alright. Here we go. Can we do anything here to end off this third? Or are we dead and buried already? I mean, it's going to be nearly impossible if the Celtics just keep playing like this. I mean, Tatum and Brown have been unstoppable. But if we can try and just shut one of them down and contain the other, we might have a slight chance. But that is a tall task. All right, Pajemski free throws. Hits the first. It has not been a good night for Pods and for Melton, our two guards tonight. Pajemski 1 of 6 and Melton 2 of 9. And overall as a team, the Warriors are shooting 24 of 63. So not great. Pajemski, another missed free throw. Pajemski's missed 3 freebies at the line tonight. He's had 10 attempts, shooting 7 of 10 from the charity strike. Brown. Kick out. No, still wants it himself. Ends up fading and scoring. This is what I was talking about. We're not going to win this game if the Celtics play like this. They've looked unstoppable all night long. Has Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Brown up to 28. Post a 3. No. Oh my god. Damn. Damn, we need to win these last 3 games of the road trip. Atlanta, Detroit, Mavericks. I think we can win 2 of those. As Pritchard just puts Pajemski on the ground. Oh no. That will probably be the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Back out to the biggest lead of the night. Pritchard having a great quarter. Post, another 3. Connects. Quinton, post from deep, redeems himself. Pritchard splits the defenders, gets inside, kicks it out to Shireman, back to Pritchard, and they're going to call that a 3-second violation on the Celtics. So Warriors ball. Alright. Playlist, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Obviously not long till I leave for my trip now, so last couple of streams here before I head away. Alright, minute left here in this third. Very early game today, so obviously, yeah, going to be an early finish. Which I like and I also don't like. I love the late night games, but good to get this one done early. Especially if we're not winning, as Cater throws it down off the Brown miss. So that just sums up the night. Jaylen Brown finally misses a shot, and then Cater's there for the cleanup work. Melton. Oh! Peyton Pritchard on Kristaps Porzingis. That is a mismatch. Ends up giving it off to GP2. I don't know why. Now, luckily, Porzingis was fouled there. So it's going to be some free throws. Both teams in the bonus. But, like, right there, Porzingis has Peyton Pritchard on his hip. An incredible mismatch. Like, nearly a foot between them. Just back him down. I don't want to see Porzingis giving that ball up at all. Get in there and just get yourself a shot, Kristaps. So it's 20 points. These free throws can put it to 18. It's the first. Alright. So 19 points. Can we get it to 18? Can we try and get a stop at a 3? Bring it to 15. Alright, misses the second one, but we get the offensive rebound. Porzingis a 3. Yes! That'll work. That'll work. What a play there. Kristaps misses yet another free throw. Warriors are just shooting the free throw terribly as well tonight. But we get the offensive rebound and we hit the 3. But Porzingis, 1 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. Pajemski, 7 of 10. post 1 or 2. So a couple of missed free throws here tonight. And, you know, if those 7 free throws go in, it's a 9-point game. All right. So 10-second difference between the shot and game clock. It won't matter. Warriors get the steal. Can we hit another 3? I want to see Porzingis let one fly. Gives it off to Melton. If we can get it to 13, I mean, as much as this game already feels over, it technically wouldn't be. Melton into Porzingis. Porzingis fading and missing, but another offensive rebound. Podziemski has to throw it up before the buzzer. Can't get it off, and that will be the end of the third. Warriors 73, Boston 89. 12 more minutes of action on the cards here. With the Warriors on the back foot. Now, let's have a look at the scores in the other games. Because a lot of the games are currently going on right now. Because obviously they're all early starts. So the Wolves beating the Jazz. Unfortunately, the Clippers are beating the Pelicans. So they're going to go another game ahead of us. What's JK doing for the Hawks game right now? Kuminga 2 points. So Kuminga started off really, really well with the Hawks. Had 27 points, 17 points, 20 points. And then missed 3 games with some left knee inflammation. And since return, he's had 2 points, 7 points, and he's got 2 points here so far. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Can Kuminga find some consistency? Because that was always his problem in Golden State. But, yeah, his Hawks have won 10 in a row, so they're flying. And then Raptors blowing out the Bulls, Blazers blowing out the Pacers, and the Thunder. Oh, my God. What? The halftime score in OKC and Brooklyn was 60-24. The Brooklyn and Thunder game, the halftime score was 60-24, and I can assume that the Nets were the team on 24 because, oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, that is awful. The Nets are full on taking. I don't know why they didn't just give us MPJ. Like, seriously. Just give us MPJ. He probably won't end up playing the rest of the season now because that'll be full tank mode. He hasn't played in a couple of games, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I feel like that trade didn't really work out that well for the Nuggets. Like, I much would prefer MPJ on the team than Cam Johnson. Warriors can't guard crap. Well, a lot of the reason why we struggle defensively is because we can't match it offensively, if that makes sense. Like, scoring pressure is the best pressure to put on a team. Like, if you can get points on the board, it makes it easier. Your defense doesn't get exposed as much. But unfortunately, with Steph's 25 a night out, Jimmy is nearly 20 a night out, it's going to be tough. Alright, here we go. Fourth quarter. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. Do we have any juice in the tank? Alright, so Podziemski first play. Draymond, third 3 of the night. Hits it! Come on, surely just a fun little fourth quarter comeback. I don't care if we don't win. Like, we don't deserve to win, but can we just make it competitive? Just give them a little fright. Don't let them go home early. Derek White now. Come on, get a couple stops together. String a few together. White a 3. Rattles out, but Shireman. Offensive rebound blocked by Melton. D'Anthony Melton swats that away. Hasn't been good offensively tonight, but beautiful defensive play.
from a physical standpoint.
There we go. That's a good sign for D'Anthony. Obviously coming off that ACL, able to move like that.
Pritchard stepped on the sideline. That was a violation over number 13 on Boston.
We just touch on Derek White, though. Like, we're talking about Jalen in the years. Derek White.
All right, so Warriors ball. We get a score, a stop.
Steals.
Can we now get another score? Bring it back to 10.
Steal.
Make it just interesting. That's all we ask.
6'6", 6'7".
Pajemski. High screen by Dre. Off to KP. Hand off to Green. Throws it in. Man, what a night Draymond's had. Draymond has been on a mission tonight.
It's 11. We keep talking about how Golden State.
The only problem is right now, it gets back to that 10-point range. I guarantee you Boston score on this possession. We're on a 9-0 run. I guarantee you Boston score. Pritchard.
So a 9-0 run for the Warriors going back to the end.
White. Of course. Of course. Every time it gets within striking distance, the Celtics respond. And it's so frustrating. Draymond, another 3. Come on. Misses. Damn. Tatum, nearly a double-double here tonight.
8 in the 5 games for the Celtics.
9th board of the night.
Through the lane, one hands it to Pritchard.
Pritchard.
13 points off the bench.
Shyam in a 3. Misses. Come on, we're still a chance here.
To run 3-on-2 if they hustle.
And nope, we're not if we do that. We just drop the ball. It was a 3-on-2. And Shyam in a 3. That will probably be the ball game. Damn, every time tonight we get within a chance and then Celtics just say nope. As Melton drops the ball, that's 2 consecutive turnovers. Boston the other way in transition again. Pritchard for the dagger. Misses. Santos. Just fight to the end. That's all I want to see. Porzingis from the logo rattles out. So it hasn't been a good shooting night for Porzingis, but I like the intensity. He's 4 of 13. And 1 for Derek White, and that will be the ball game. Unfortunate. It got to within 10, and now it's all the way back out to nearly 20. I told you this would happen.
About the play of Derek White. Now remember, before what we show you.
We just knew this was going to... You just knew that was going to happen. But yeah, it's just been the story all night long for the Warriors. They can throw a punch and get it within striking distance, but they cannot take a punch back themselves. They just collapse every time the Celtics match their energy on offense.
Can't say enough about this guy. And the other part, Dave, you can trust him.
All right, timeout by the Warriors.
Low turnover guy.
Oh, man.
Steve Kerr is challenging the ruling on the floor.
Steve Kerr wants the challenge.
And one situation.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And in part by Burger King. You rule.
How about kid? The grown-ups are talking. The man.
All right. You know who I'm surprised hasn't played tonight? Nate Williams. I thought he would have got some playing time in a game like this. Good wing defender. Not developed scoring-wise yet, but I thought Nate Williams could have deserved some minutes. Could have maybe played some on-ball defense on Brown and Tatum, but I don't know. So look at this. This is a video I see right here. Steph getting shots up during the timeout. He just wants to be back out there, bro. Look at him. He itching to be back out there on the court, which is a good sign. And like there's pictures like this where Steph seems to be a lot happier than usual. I think he should come back, but there is still some people that are saying that they reckon it's fake and they're just trying to sell tickets. I don't know. I just don't see Steph being that type of guy. Alright, so we got 9 minutes left. This is going to be a loss, let's be honest. But, you know, I just want to see some good intensity, some good fight to end off this ball game.
After the video reveal on the coaches challenge, it has been deemed an unsuccessful challenge, but there is no basket on the play. Golden State foul is on number 15, D. Santos.
So I'm just asking ChatGPT here. I asked it based off of all the breaking news that has come out today. What are my percentages, or like what are my odds of seeing Steph Curry in the 3 games I'm going to? And it reckons a very good chance. It reckons a very good chance, around 80 to 90% you see him at least once. And then for the exact games, it reckons, where is it? It reckons 70% chance I see him in the Spurs game, 80% chance in the Cavs game, and 85% chance in the Rockets game. So we'll wait and see. But I'm happy with those odds because not too long ago, like a week ago, it was like 60% chance for like all the games. Cater to the rim, scores. And that will do it. Boston, put this game to bed. It's unfortunate. I had a good feeling early on in this game, but just haven't been there tonight for enough of this game. Post. Now, if I'm the Warriors, I'm probably resting Draymond, Kristaps, Peyton, Melton, all of these older players for this final 6-ish minutes. Bring out Spencer, Richard, Williams, Yurt7, and Leons, and just, let this game ride out. Last thing we need is another injury to a key piece. And that's going to be a jump ball. Gary was able to rip it out of Shireman's hands, but he wouldn't let go. Love that from Gary. Game's clearly over. We've still got a lot of games to go on the road, but keeps fighting. And Gary wins the jump ball too. So good stop there by the Warriors technically. You get the ball back. Richard off to GP2. Off the bank. Gary fighting to the final siren here. Love that from GP2. Pritchard. Cater. Scores. What a night for him. I told you guys, he's a very important player for the Celtics. Unreal he's been this year. Man, it's been a bad night for Pods. Oh my goodness. Another missed 3. And Pritchard puts the Celtics in triple figures. Oh, goodness gracious me. As GP2 throws it down again. Gary been playing good recently. 15 points, 19 points, 12 points, 12 points, 13 points, 7 points, 12, 19, 15, 14, 10, 7, 13, 15. Since he's returned back into the rotation, he's been unreal. GP2 again, that time a miss. Pods the offensive rebound halfway through this fourth, and unfortunately it seems like this one is going to be a Celtic win. Will Richard a 3, and that's another miss. Unfortunately, the rookie's been in some bad form in recent games. Will Richard, 2 points, 0, 5, 0, 8, 4 since returning. Tatum another 3. That hope of a fourth quarter comeback is long gone, my friends. But what a game for Tatum tonight. 24 points, 50% from the field. 10 rebounds, a steal, 5 triples, and then Pritchard 17 points, White 11, Cater 6 points, 7 rebounds, and then Brown with 28. Alright, Warriors ball.
So let's watch Nabia's Kata. Dribble handoff, hard roll.
Alright.
Sets up a score. Another dribble handoff. Turn, make yourself a target.
Ugh.
Touch with the right hand. And Kata, you're too young to get that and one. Stop it. And then this time, I'm going to fake a dribble handoff, and I'm going to attack quick post. And I'm going to show off my nice touch again. Now, you're right about the playoffs. Right, because you're going to be looking at top-of-the-line defenders who are trying to contend with that. It's going to look a little different.
Alright, 5 minutes left. And it seems like the Warriors have thrown in the white flag. Draymond heading to the bench. As they should. Don't let any of these older guys get injured and give these young guys some reps. Same thing for the Celtics. I don't know why they're bringing Jaylen Brown back out. That never makes any sense to me. You're this close to the playoffs. The win's secured. Don't even risk getting Brown injured in a meaningless game like this. Tatum's a bit different because he needs reps. Like, he missed the first, 60-plus games of the year, so he'll take all the reps he can get. But I would not be having Brown out there if I was the Celtics. GP2's had a good quarter. I like that about Gary. Fights to the end. Final buzzer. But he's now actually our top scorer tonight with 8 points in this quarter. It was originally Santos with 13, but GP2's overtaken that accomplishment here tonight. Spencer, 20-point game. Let's try and make this margin look as respectable as possible. Richard flips it in. And scores. Joe Mazzulla, timeout, probably to sub out all the main guys, but yeah, Will Richard finally gets another bucket to go. Yeah, so look, if I'm the Warriors, I'm bringing out, who do you want to play in this final few minutes? Probably Yurt7, maybe one of his final games in that 10-day contract, Williams, Leones. There's no LJ tonight, so keep Will out there. And I guess Spencer as well. Just full end of bench lineup here. Don't risk any injuries to the main guys. Let these young guys get some hoops. Same for Boston. I would be taking Pritchard, White, and Brown out of there. Bringing all these guys off the end of the bench. Walsh, Bassey, Williams. All right. So finally they come to an agreement in the WNBA with the CBA details. Players expected to receive huge pay increases. So the new salary cap has gone from 1.5 million to 7 million, so teams can now offer more money. The average... What does that mean? Oh, the average salary has gone up too. What does that mean? Average revenue share is 20% now. And the starting Supermax is 1.4 million a season. Oh, okay, that's good. They've definitely bumped that up. So last year the average salary was 120,000, and next season it should be 600,000. So that's a big pay increase. Yeah, good on them. WNBA is definitely growing. I'm excited to see what our Valkyries can do this upcoming season. We might even, during the off-season, stream a game or two, especially if we get to the playoffs. That looks really good in their first year. Bro, it's 84-47 in the Brooklyn Thunder game. Oh my god. Is Shea playing? Because if it's a blowout, that could be his 20-point streak over. Oh, no. Okay, Okay, why did I even talk? Shea's already got 20 points, and it's not even the end of the third. I was going to say, is it worth keeping Shea's streak to potentially risk him in a 40-point blowout just for a stat padding streak? But no, he's already got it. And he got it on 8 of 9 shooting. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous, bro. This guy's a machine. Alright, so we got the last couple minutes of this game. What are the lineups going to look like for both teams? Any subs? I think a lot of substitutions. Yeah, so the Warriors basically bring out the lineup I said with Yurt7, Leones, Richard, Spencer, but they have GP2 out there. I would assume that maybe Nate Williams isn't available tonight if he's not coming out now. And then for the Celtics, for some reason they still have Brown out there. Why? He's already played 34 minutes, 28 points. Makes no sense to me. You've already got the win. Like, don't even risk it. I wouldn't be. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Joe, I'm bringing out JB. All right. So 20-point margin still. I mean, I'd like to try and get it back to 15-10 range. I know it's probably not going to happen, but... So we got some free throws here for Brown. Still, don't know why he's out there. Not worth it, in my opinion. Alright, so Brown hits the free throw. Now, they've just said here it was a transitional take foul. So Celtics get the free throw and the ball. Oh no, Nate Williams is out there now. Okay. So they just took out GP2. Alright, so Nate Williams will get some minutes here. But GP2 is going to end up being our top scorer of the night with 14. Doesn't look like they're bringing out Guy Santos, who's already played 28 minutes tonight. Alright, so Tatum's done for the night. I don't know why Brown isn't. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Celtics fan, but the last thing you'd want to see is an injury like that to a superstar. Considering they just got Tatum back too, I don't get that at all. Pritchard, 4 minutes left. We're just looking to get through this now, honestly, guys. We'll be back in a couple of days to stream the game versus Detroit. And then we have Atlanta and Dallas to end off the road trip. And then, yeah, we'll get the Steph Curry update by then. And we'll see. Will the chef be returning, or is this just the hoax of the year? Brown corner three. And he falls into the bench. And that's going to be an air ball for Jaylen Brown. All right, 4:11 left.
It's been absolutely incredible, and I imagine, and we talked to him about this early in the year about what was different. He said more teaching, more educating, more developing, more having to clarify role definition for the guys who have either stepped into a completely new role or whose roles have changed. And one thing I loved about what he said earlier is,
here we go. Yurt7 a three. Misses. Oh, that would have been a little moment of the night. Brown through traffic and one. And the TD Garden crowd erupts. Jaylen Brown, a 30-piece tonight. What a game from Brown and Tatum. They've just from the get-go been awesome. It's going to be another loss for the Warriors, as they'll fall to 33 and 36. And Brown's got an MVP chance. I mean, well deserving. Surprised he's not more in the MVP discussions, to be honest with you. I know Shea and Jokic and Wemby and Cade all got better numbers, but what Jalen's been able to do this year has been phenomenal. But yeah, I do still think Shea is the MVP this year, to be honest. I think that little stretch of like those 3 game winners just solidified that. Pritchard fast break and scores. So the Celtics putting a little bit of mayo on this one here late. Really making this lead look ugly. Leones out to Yurt7 and just turns the ball over. Although so does Brown. Back-to-back turnovers here. And for some reason the Warriors want a timeout. I have no idea why. I mean, maybe Steve Kerr is just still trying to instill that no turnover message.
So Jalen Brown, 6 all-time in Celtic history, most 30-point games in a single season.
All right. Oh yeah, yeah, the expansion teams. What do we think about that? What do we think about that? 2 expansion teams, Vegas and Seattle apparently set to get teams within the next 4 or 5 years. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I mean, I don't mind Seattle. I don't know, Las Vegas wouldn't have been my pick. But I guess they start to build a little bit of a fan base over there. NFL and NBA team.
You think about the road to 2026 for those 2 men. Back in 2010, since this is the NCAA tournament season, Brad Stevens is in the Final Four as the Butler coach. Joe Mazzulla is in the Final Four as the point guard in West Virginia. Eventually, they end up working together on the staff here in Boston. Ime Udoka is let go by the organization. Joe Mazzulla moves from an assistant chair to head coach.
All right.
In his second year.
3 minutes left. Richard misses. Yurt7. We love that rebounding. Offensive glass. Another offensive rebound, and he puts it in. Omer Yurt7. How about that from the big fella? I like that. He looks big out there too. Get him on this team for sure. Grabbing some boards. And that's going to be a tip in for Gaza. So a 26-point Boston lead here. Spencer. Fading. Missing. Oh! Yurt7 putback dunk. We love that. He's come out and looked good. I mean, when you think about it, he is really playing for an NBA lifeline here, so he'll hustle to this final siren. But Luka Garza's also giving him some work here.
Steph Curry's back. Maybe reevaluate, as Taylor reported on Saturday. Sean Sherrani said it today. The hope is by the end of March.
All right.
This road trip for home. I wonder if you just keep working, or is he going to make an appearance in this road trip? That'll be an interesting situation for them.
At Dallas, March 23rd.
So they're saying that the Dallas game could be the first one. I don't see that being the case. I think the idea is to have him travel with the team and train with them, try and get back to match fitness, and then come back home with the team, then play, maybe. I don't see him playing in that Dallas game. I mean, I wouldn't be angry. I'd be streaming that one, but I just think it's silly to bring him back on the road, in my opinion. Wait till one of those easy Washington or Nets games and let him just get some free reps on the court. throw this whole game in the trash. This Warriors game was awful. Oh my God, Will Richard! Oh my God! Play of the night. Will Richard with a poster. Oh my God! Will Richard. What a play. Unfortunately, it doesn't really mean much, but Will Richard, highlight of the night from one of my favorite players. You guys know I love Will, so good to see him get a little moment there. Alright, we got a minute left. Minute 16 to be precise. Come on, at least try and get to triple figures here. Get into the 100-point range. Williams going to be fouled. Warriors in the bonus, so some free throws here. Alright, so minute 16 remaining. It's going to have the Warriors now sitting, what would it be? 1-7 in their last 8. Damn. Unfortunate. Yeah, so we're 3-7 in our last 10. 3-7 in the last 10. Probably should have just said that instead of the 1-8.
Imagine the amount of time that man has put in the gym over the like his schedule is so militant in terms of
Spencer's going to get some more free throws. I just want this one to be over with. I'm looking forward to ending this road trip off. Looking forward to ending this road trip off, getting back home next week. So that's free throws good for Spencer. So we still might get into triple figures here. And he does hit it. So 21-point game. Minute remaining. And a steal by the Warriors. Williams off to Spencer, off to Richard. He brings it back out. And into Williams. Out to Richard. Plenty of ball movement here. And it'll be Spencer with the shot, and he will miss, but almost a Warriors steal. It's going to be Celtics ball, and that will be it. The shot clock is expired, so game clock will run out. Boston will hold the ball, I would assume. They will, and that will do it. The Warriors come into the Garden, and unfortunately, just all night long, couldn't match the level of the star Celtics with Tatum and Brown both having excellent performances. So Boston get it done, 120-99. To everyone hanging out, as always, I apologize again. Feels like we've just been streaming complete losses every stream now. But yeah, as always, thank you all for joining. Yeah, tonight for the Warriors, Gary Payton, the leading scorer with 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals. Draymond was pretty good with 13 points, 5 boards. Spencer with 14, Gear with 13, but for the Celtics, Brown 32 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals. Tatum, double-double, 24 points, 10 rebounds. Pritchard with 19, Garza with 15. But hope you all did enjoy. I am working on one final video before I head away, so do stay tuned for that. Then we'll be back 2 days' time to stream the game versus the Detroit Pistons, likely without Cade Cunningham. So that could be a competitive one. But as always, stay safe, much love, go Warriors.